rebels?
Well, I'm not, in part because I still don't think we have a good handle on who the rebels are. General Dempsey, who was part of that panel on the Foreign Relations Committee today, has said in open session that the rebel groups are not ready to lead today, in part because al-Qaeda has essentially infiltrated big parts of the opposition alliance. And so I, from the very beginning, have opposed arming the rebels, in part because I think we're going to be arming some people who have very distinct interests from those of the United States. That's al-Qaeda. So I think there's still so many questions to be asked here. I think the president's going to get his vote tomorrow. I think the Foreign Relations Committee will vote in approval, probably by a wide margin of this resolution. I may not be willing to go along with the majority.
Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Wolf.
Let's bring in two congressmen now from opposite sides of the aisle. Democrat Adam Schiff is a member of the House Intelligence Committee. He says the current proposal is too broad. Republican Peter King is the chairman of the Counterterrorism and Intelligence Subcommittee in the House. He says the president has the authority to act even if Congress votes no. First of all, Congressman King, what do you make of this draft resolution that the Senate Foreign Relations Committee has come up with, giving the president the authority to strike in a limited way over the next 60 days with an option of adding another 30 days if necessary?
Yeah, obviously I have to look at it more carefully, but based on what I've heard and seen tonight, I would vote for it. I mean, I do support the president taking action. I'm similar to John McCain to this extent, in that I believe, though, that if we are going to take action, it has to be meaningful action. Otherwise, it just may have a cosmetic appeal, but serve no real long-term purpose and actually be counterproductive. So I would support a strong attempt to degrade the weapons capacity of both chemical weapons and also the delivery systems of Syria.
Congressman Schiff, the language says the president would be authorized to engage in a limited and tailored manner against legitimate military targets in Syria. Would you vote for this resolution?
Well, I think the Senate language is certainly a step in the right direction. I'll need to look at it further, and one of the issues that I'm most concerned about and communicated to the White House is they say no boots on the ground. I would want to make sure that the resolution made that abundantly clear, unless we're talking about having to rescue someone. I think no one wants to see us turn this into a boots-on-the-ground situation or further entangle us in this civil war. So I think it's movement in the right direction. The other issue, I think, Wolf, is can we put together an international coalition to enforce this international norm? I think it's very important that the United States not be seen as acting alone here. And I think that there are plenty of international partners who should step forward, but there's still a very open question about whether they will.